Now I'm at the point you wanna be with me. I'm vibing out at a higher frequency, cause everything that I want and I'm gonna be, it's when I wake up, that's when I start to dream. Someone you love is talking down, here is the plan. Let it fall through like a handful of sand. Nothing happens overnight, what you must understand. If you dwell on the bad, then you don't stand a chance. Something you want upset, saying why it ain't mine yet. That's because now you have yet to change your mindset. People don't put their mind to rest while they're so wired. A lot of people go to sleep and wake up tired. Power of positivity and persistence. Say that I can, we'll just sit back and witness. Make an impact when our time is done. Make money, help people, and have lots of fun. Whoa.
Welcome to Office Hours, hosted by legendary sports executive, entrepreneur, and investor David Meltzer, where the brightest entrepreneurial minds in business, sports, and entertainment get together to talk about success, failure, and everything in between.
At the end of the day, man, we've got to condition ourselves to make the right choices and give us the power over the external circumstances instead of the external circumstances having power over us.
And once you do that, you start to figure out, hey, I can do this, and maybe I can do this, and then your self-esteem grows.
The truth is, change can be hard, growth can be scary, but nothing is as hard and scary as being stuck somewhere you don't belong.
Take a deep dive into the mind of some of the world's most impactful guests.
Growth doesn't come by talking a lot. Growth comes by listening, by learning, by being curious.
You'll upgrade your knowledge, your skills, your habits, and you'll upgrade your beliefs so that you believe that you can do this.
You will succeed. You just have to believe in yourself and never stop trying.
To share their strategies and tools to dominate their respective fields.
The most important thing is really to work on yourself. It all starts and work on your mind.
And I said, if you can get 1% better every day, by the end of the month, you have 33%. Tell me a business you can earn 33% a month. So it's a great investment.
I'm not attached to my career, my notoriety, my financial success. I'm not attached to it. I have no self-worth tied up in Gary Vee or Gary Vaynerchuk, the entrepreneur. My self-worth is fully and utterly 100% attached to how I treat human beings.
Issue where you save time is that if you really know your why, right, then why are you doing it? Are you doing a career because your parents said that's what success is?
David Meltzer hosts Office Hours.
Good morning, everyone. It is my first time here on Friday Trading. Well, no, first time this week. Been here for over 28 years, since October 12th. And Friday Tradings are so important to me. We've had a long month this week, but we're back. I want to thank my team for an extraordinary week as we've entered from the Limitless event. And we go with Jim Quick to Office Hours Season 9, to the... Good morning, everyone. How are you? It's been a long month this week. We been over the country. I got out at 2 a.m. to LAX. So we're hanging in there. The Nick Awam is sleeping in. I told him enough is enough. We're in San Diego at the Limitless event with Jim Quick on Monday, Office Hours Season 9, Tuesday, Wednesday. In Vegas, flew all night to make sure we made Aspire yesterday. The Aspire Business Tour with Itzler and Sarah Blakely and David Goggins, and back 2 a.m. But we're here because we haven't missed, my brother, since for 28 years, haven't missed our Friday training, and amplified by of champions. We are just blessed. I'll tell you one thing. At the Aspire Business Tour, so many people have come up to me to thank us for Clubhouse and the Breakfast of Champions. So I just want to tell you, if you're out there thinking that nobody's on this thing and who's actually using it, is who's actually using it, not how many are on it. So although there may be more people on TikTok, I think the right people are here in the Breakfast of Champions and making a great impact. So I just want to call you to Scott and TM and all Ramon, Mary Lynn, everything that's on there. I know you're putting a great effort in, and people appreciate it. I just want to tell you that. So thank you.
We appreciate you, man, and all that you pour into this space as well.
We love it.
So, man, thank you so much. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. All right. Well, I am going to do Friday training. As you know, my book, Don't Do Business with Dicks, is coming out in Super Bowl. So we are on a long tail of pre-orders, and we are teaching each chapter of Don't Do Business with Dicks. We are going to be having a SoFi mastermind, but for the holiday, we have a Cali Power VIP dinner as well. Is the #1 7s and 5s football program with Ryan Porter, who's Jaden Daniels, to many other great quarterbacks. So if you're into that kind of fun, there's stuff to do in the end of the year here, middle of the month, end of the year. Come and join us. Love to see you. My daughter Marissa is going to be helping me and moderating me today. So I'm going to get started with training, and then we're going to come back for some Q&A. If you want to join us, if you want to be invited or informed about the 200 cities next year we're in, as you can tell, Scott enjoyed Abu Dhabi. We'll be off to Galapagos Islands, Dubai, Zanzibar, and Tanzania in the next few weeks as well, in between those SoFi masterminds and other stuff. So if you want to be informed and invited, it's 949-298-2905. Any other information, like the guides and exercises for this training, my book, if you want anything, david@dmelter.com to get the guides and exercises from today. All right, enough of me. Let's get in, sink in to empowering others. I got it, Marissa, and then you'll take over for our Q&A. But hi, Marissa.
All right, good morning, everyone. Excited to be here.
Thank you for being here. I hope, Nick Wam, you could be when I think it was Joe DiMaggio took over for Wally Pipp, and nobody ever heard of Wally Pipp again, and only Joe DiMaggio. So if you want to wake up early every Friday and take over.
Early for me, I'm in New York, but yeah.
Oh, right on. Are you excited about all the? I know you're going to Galapagos. You're going to Dubai. You're going to Zanzibar and Tanzania. Are you excited to go?
Yeah, I'm so excited. We're going to do a safari, and I bet we'll do some things in Dubai with the team there and everything too. And
yeah. What event is it in Dubai? It's the Billion Influencer.
It's the 1% event.
No, I think that's Dylan's event. I think it's the Billion Influencer event.
Oh, the Billion Yeah, you're right. It's the let me look quickly. Oh, 1 Billion Summit. That's it.
The 1 Billion Summit.
Confused all the ones.
So if you want a good time to come to Dubai, as Scott Simon said. So Simon says, I like it. Let's go in here on a few fumes of sleep. Surround yourself with the right thinking. Is that Mike? I just want to make sure I'm on the right training.
Yeah,
all right. Right, gave me the yes. All right. Today's training. Surround yourself with right thinking. Appreciate everybody. We don't rise to the level of our ambition. We fall to the level of our thinking. It is the basement of where we're at. It's the ceiling to where we can become. The environments we choose for our minds our media, our mentors, our conversations, our background noise, even here on the Breakfast of Champions, quietly set our ceiling. When we curate those inputs with intention, worry, the great interference, turns into work. Presence replaces performative hustle, and momentum will compound exponentially, accelerating and aggregating towards the divine direction with devotion, which is a level up from intention. These 6 lessons today, which I'll be happy to send to you, david@dmeltzer.com, are a playbook to engineer that environment. We'll audit what goes in, act on map today, communicate with clarity, design spaces that fuel focus, create a generosity wheel, and protect our capacity with solitude and boundaries so that we can accelerate, aggregate, and compound, elevate our basement and our delta and our ceiling with a level of ambition, of attention, devotion that we've never seen before. Lesson number 1 to surround ourselves with the right thinking is to curate our inputs, create our outcomes. Great interference of worrying, the duplicated negative of wishing for what we don't want, called worrying, not under where we want to be or better, but it actually is wishing for what we don't want, creating greater statistical success to what we don't want, what other people want for us, what people want for us on social media. This excessive worrying, the great interference, it will interfere with the infinite amount of energy, intuition, intellect, creativity, and even focus and devotion, the intention of divine direction. The ideas, the media, the voices that we allow in set this emotional frequency vibration. It is that in which creates our performance ceiling. I work with so many sales teams now, marinated in negative market takes, especially here at the end of the year, attaching their emotions to outcomes and to exactness that doesn't exist, along with certainty, and hesitates on the outreach that is most required at the end of the year. If you're not reaching out to the people that you never can get a hold of in the end of the year during the holidays, you're making a big mistake, because those are the people that are now available. Those people that are so hard to get a hold of are, myself, just maybe a little addicted to deals. Maybe they're addicted to activity they get paid for. And when nobody's around, because 98% of the drifters are taking advantage of only taking holiday, because they don't take holiday every day like we do. They don't vacation every day. There's no better time to outreach to the powerful, to the people you can't get in with, because not only are they more available, but they're looking for deals. You can get deals you've never gotten before. You can get through because the drifters aren't there blocking the way. The gatekeepers aren't there blocking the way. They're just dying for deals. And after we switched from this worrying, this interference, this hesitation, this overwhelmness, the procrastination, when we switched to a different intention and devotion, to a solution-oriented content with members and utilizing the 5 to Thrive, which I'm happy to send to you, to stimulate interest, transition interest, share vision, and most importantly, manage and develop that vision so that we can thrive, so that people not only are buying from us, but selling for us for life. This is how the pipeline velocity has rebounded, exceeded, aggregated, and compounded. It is that curating of what we take in to create what goes out, curating of the inputs and creating of the outputs, the outcomes. Understanding the importance of how we do and utilize these 5 to Thrive David@dmeltzer.com if you want it. Our inputs, these thoughts that we have coming in, are memorized in a daily term memory called a cellular memory. It's the conscious. And that conscious, these 24 inputs of thoughts, they impact only one thing, our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is an intermediate memory. And in the subconscious mind, it hosts about 40,000 the same thoughts every day. And it qualifies the 10,000 of new thoughts that we have every day, the new inputs that we have every day. And it ranks them or prioritizes them by how consistent we have those thoughts. And if it becomes real consistent, they want it to be an automatic system. So it goes into the intermediate memory called the subconscious mind. And then it works for you without you working consciously. The majority of our lives are spent in what subconscious is dictated by a quantum level of unconscious competency, a hardwired epigenetic layer activating your energetic and genetic inheritance. But our inputs, these 10,000 inputs, are memorized every day individually. And if they're repetitive, it's talking to the intermediate memory, the subconscious mind, and it starts becoming one of the 40,000 of the thoughts that are working for you all the time, working through you all the time, and impacting your quantum memory all the time. Unfortunately, most people in this genetic and energetic inheritance, 80% of the 40,000 thoughts that we have in the subconscious mind and a host of hardwired energetic and genetic inheritances are negative thoughts. And the reason that is, by the way, people will wonder, why is that? Well, because we're built for what? Survival. So we're remembering the fear, the uncertainty, the reaction to fear, and the responses to those reactions at all time, because we're built for survival, not happiness. If we were built for happiness, we'd have all these happy thoughts that we remember and that were automatic in our subconscious mind. So our outlook via the inputs, our outlook of all of these thoughts, which the majority of them are negative, becomes what our outcomes. All based off of one thing, that we're built for survival, not happiness. So we constantly to qualify the thoughts that we're having and curate the inputs that we have to happy ones, identifying what we're doing to interfere with it, and dissipating, dissolving, and disappearing those negative thoughts, those interfering thoughts. And worrying is one of the greatest ones. The duplicative negative of worrying is interfering with where we want to be in the divine direction. It's a devotion we don't want. And it's also wishing for what we don't want, what we don't have, what's missing, or what other people want for us on social media. We need to make sure that we are auditing our inputs, taking inventory of what daily inputs that we have, especially with media, with friends, families, and associates. We want to make sure that we're constantly not only taking inventory, but replacing the drainers, the interferers with the energizers of thoughts. It's a constant process, a practice of curating the inputs, of changing our conscious continuum so we have more positive thoughts inputted daily, consistently, persistently, which will impact the 50,000 subconscious thoughts that are running 24 hours a day, and God's guarantee of that 24 hours, and continually speaking and ordering through the epigenetic layer of our DNA to activate only the positive stuff, which will accelerate, aggregate, compound, and attract an exponential outcome that we create through the positivity or the negativity or the interference. Utilizing ease in its essence of faith that there's more than enough of everything in an infinite, abundant, unified system that allows us to utilize ease to identify, elevate our awareness, vibration, and frequency of the dis-ease when we are having thoughts of dis-ease. Build playlists. Build playlists to artificially enhance the repetitive nature of the inputs in the cellular structure of the conscious memory in order to impact the subconscious of those 40,000 thoughts, so that we get more and more positivity and less enough dis-ease, because when we're at ease, we're in the flow, we are accessing and recovering, accessing the infinite amount of positivity that exists, the infinite amount of intelligence, intuition, and most importantly, inspiration. Expand our thinkings by curating our outputs and creating our outcomes. Make sure that we're taking inventory as much as possible to change and shift the genetic and energetic inheritance that exists in the unconscious competency in our DNA, holding thoughts for generational impact and input and generational outcomes. We have to understand and surround ourselves with the right thoughts by curating devotion, curating our faith, and curating our wisdom, curating those inputs to create the outcomes that we desire or even better. And so as we look at devotion as a step above discipline, devotion is, mute that please. So if we see the difference between a discipline and a devotion, understanding that discipline is just a requirement of a personal behavior in a consistent manner, where devotion adds the divine action. We want to be better with that discipline. Curate our inputs to create our outcomes. Lesson number 2 of surrounding ourselves with right thoughts, from my book, Don't Do Business with Dicks. Turn that interference, turn that worry into activity that we get paid for. Turn it into work, but don't get so busy working you forget to make money. That's why I call it activity we get paid for. Too many people are working and not making any money. If that resonates with you, please reach out to me. One of the greatest tragedies in mentoring, coaching, and teaching is seeing somebody that is an extra miler, going the extra mile every once in a while, think they're sacrificing so much and working so much, but not making any money. We got to turn the worry into activity we get paid for. Strategic foresight helps us prepare. Triple strategy, which once again, I'd be happy to send to you at david@dmeltzer.com. david@dmeltzer.com. AAA strategy says that we need strategic foresight to get alignment, to take action, and to prepare for adjustment. Allowing ourselves to paralyze the anxiety, the interference, and worry that stalls our decisions and devotion and steals momentum. So many people that I work with fixate on future competitors, future uncertainties, future challenges, struggles, and pains of serving our current clients, which, by the way, most people's current clients would bankrupt them. Most of today's current clients are either breaking you even or losing you money. What you need to do is send your clients that are losing you to your competitor, and then transform those that are breaking even into profitability. This is why your revenue is fund. It will remain in that trajectory until we commit to these daily enjoyments. The daily enjoyments of devotional, consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential by identifying that which is interfering with it, the way that you have, and utilizing our value actions based off of what's working, what's not working, what you like and what you don't like, what you know and what you don't know, giving yourself more of what you like, taking away what you don't like, giving yourself more of what works, taking away what doesn't work, giving yourself more of what you know and taking away what you don't know. If we do so, then we turn that worry into activity that we get paid for. We trust that the future thoughts and solutions will emerge, elevating our awareness to what already is there. We just can't see it. We're not ready to see it. Our vibration and frequency has not evolved to a point we see the future solutions because they already exist within the context of the problem and the struggle. Every future solution is already in struggle and pain. It's just a lapse of time that creates this requirement to shorten the distance of resistance. It's just a lapse of time till you find the resolution, the resolution the resolution of a problem or a struggle that already exists, as we let the trust that we have fuel the action of this AAA strategy, but not to justify where we want to be, what we don't have or don't want. We can't use it to not justify inaction. How do we utilize this AAA strategy in order to effectuate this shortening of the distance, the lapse of time that exists between the problem and solution that exists and the resolution, the resolution that is already there? Breathing. Use our breath to reset, to stop. Utilizing the only free will that God has given us is to stop when we're accelerating in the wrong direction in a non-devotional behavior, creating detours that are not divine in nature, that don't protect, promote, love, affect us, or aren't at the time. Before we make our decisions, we need to stop, drop to center, remind ourselves, remember ourselves, recollect ourselves with the ease, with your God, and then roll into that trajectory, taking alignment, action, preparing for adjustment. We want to enclose our days, understanding of what we did, what we will improve, and how grateful we are for both. Thank you before you go to bed and when you wake up, in alignment with your devotional, your divine direction will only increase, accelerate, aggregate, and compound the outcome, and dissipate, dissolve, and disappear the worry, the anxiety, the fear, the need to be right, separate, inferior, superior, anxious, frustrated, angry, and guilty, separate from. This is how we turn the worry into activity that we get paid for. If you would like the AAA strategy, at dmeltzer.com. Love to give you that exercise as well as the whole exercise for today. Lesson 3, presence beats pitch. So many of us are chasing approval. We're pleasers. We find and derive our identity and our approval by others. When we chase approval, we lose our presence, our essence in that presence, the pre-essence, the presence. Presence creates clarity, it creates harmony, it creates trust. It accelerates, aggregates, and compounds, and it allows us to examine the ego that naturally, because we are built for survival, not happiness, it allows us to understand that the ego edging goodness, gold, greatness, God out of life, which will only create interference between us and where we want to be. It will interfere with the devotion, the extended presence of discipline. So many companies that I work with, they lose deals by preparing their next pitch instead of listening and practicing their own. Understanding we have to meet people where they're, understanding that we have to make ourselves equal, then make ourselves better. When we're in discussions, in the pitch, in the presence, in the inspiring and confirming that if we did so, we'd be able to utilize questions to find out what they like, don't like, what they know, don't know, what works and doesn't work, in order to facilitate, to make easy. Would it help you if? Help you if I added more value by giving you more of what you like, taking away what you don't like? Would it help you if I gave you more of what you know and took away what you don't know? Would it help you if I gave you what's working or took away what's not working? This is what would create business for you. This is what would create opportunity, and touches of favor. This is how we articulate a quantitative value without a feature and benefit dump. Our empathy, utilizing forgiveness to fuel our empathy, and clarity to outperform the volume and give us certainty and control by utilizing that unbelievable power of stopping, dropping, and rolling. When we use our pre-essence, our presence to bitch, to, excuse me, Freudian slip, to beat the pitch, to beat the dump, feature benefits. When we use the listen, mirror, and confirm loop before we transition to would it help you if, Or even, do you know someone that could help me? Knowing that the fastest way to get to where you want to be is what? To find someone that's already there and ask them for direction, help someone get to where they want to be by giving them directions, by teaching them, mentoring them, and coaching them. Knowing that great mentors give direction, great teachers explain those directions, great coaches bring the best out of you so you get there faster. We need to replace the judgment. It isn't a position that you have inherited to judge others, but we replace that judgment with curiosity and creativity through these conversations. I'd like to learn more. Would it help you if? Do you know anyone that could help me? Celebrate everything. Celebrate for sure the small team wins every single day. Celebrate all that's celebratable by finding the light, the love, and the lessons in it. Building a culture in a company, because people work for a culture, not a company, that will follow what we highlight. Give us a devotional discipline of divine nature, of inspiration, intellect, and intuition beyond an accelerated awareness or vibration. If you would like the presence beats the pitch, David at dmeltzer.com. The next lesson, number 4, we actually architect and engineer our environment with the frequency, the sound, and the stories, with the light, the love, and the lesson. Our sound is so important as we engineer this environment, the sounds and the stories and the lights and the lessons, with what we call ambient inputs, with music and news and backgrounds and chatters. We are quietly, unconsciously, subconsciously programming our mood, our focus, our harmony, and our creativity range in which we have for today, our vibration and frequency. I use a vibroacoustic lounge in order to help facilitate an entire elevation of my mood, my harmony, my focus, and creativity. If you haven't checked out In Harmony, please do. It has changed my life, utilizing different frequencies of sounds, lights, and lessons in order to facilitate a greater mood, focus, harmony, and even healing. Cellular level. Understanding how we can actually control the inputs of the 10,000 thoughts every day by utilizing this vibroacoustic solution. You could turn it on even when you're not at home, in the ambience. The vibration goes throughout your house, even if you're not lying on the lounge. So many times for offices that I'm working with, companies and cultures that I work with, we swap open office noise for instrumentals, or just place one of the lounges in the business and turns it on as it goes throughout the entire business. We utilize brief positive meditation and stand-up and movement, breathing and eating and drinking in order to facilitate, to make easy the ideation, recovery, access to information with a higher quality, a higher frequency, a higher awareness. And through this, we see everything jump, accelerate, aggregate, and compound in its nature. Small environmental tweaks, adjustments, compound through consistent performance, devotional performance, divine direction, or better, creates exponential outcomes and gains for us all. When we have stacks of wins, and aware of the stacks of losses, and never stack our losses over 2 days in a row, but stacking our wins and stacking our focus about what it is that it took, the behaviors that it took in order to create those wins, creating playlists, vibrational playlists with the sound, the light, the love, and the lessons, and utilizing all the rooms in our businesses, in our homes. Don't be afraid to start with this. Start with a 60-second level set of what's working, what's we like, what we know. Set it at a higher level and build from there, a baseline in which allows us to create a delta of our potential of where we want to be or better. Always audit the inputs of the content, not just of the thoughts, but of the inputs of ambient inputs of music, news, and chatter around us. Control it with your own newsletter. We send out to millions of people our frequency, our ambient sound, our thoughts every single week. If you'd like to sign up for that newsletter, we'd love to have you, David at dmeltzer.com. If you'd like the exercises and guides from today, once again as well, David at dmeltzer.com. Lesson number 5, the flywheel. The flywheel, kindness and generosity flywheel. A flywheel that accelerates, aggregates, and compounds in its own nature, expanding as we do. Kindness isn't soft. It is our force multiplier. It'll transform every room, every relationship, and every result that you have. It is the superpower. It is the one word that I want to be known for with legacy, beyond the Napoleon Hill Institute, beyond Junior Achievement, beyond Unstoppable Foundation. It is this. One word: kindness. My favorite outro of every single training, interview, book, TV show, movie: to be kind. Kind to your future self by doing good deeds. It is our force multiplier. It's exponentiality, unfathomable. When we publicly recognize micro wins of others, engagement rises. Throughout our team and across our team, it will help to increase without adding headcount. It is exponential force multiplier, kindness. It holds a dose for everyone of dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins of those who give kindness, receive kindness, and witness kindness. It is the force multiplier. It has exponentiality built within it. When we give, we are given. When we receive, we ask for more, which allows us to give more than more, receive more than more, give more than, receive more than more, and ask for even more than more, and witness more than more kindness daily. This is how we compound trust and harmony, acceleration, aggregation, and the outcomes that we desire. We have to understand the infinite loop, the flywheel of generosity and kindness. It is not a transaction. It's not a quid pro quo. The more we're kind, the more generous we are. In the man-made construct, like for example with money, it doesn't just work automatically. In the infinite, it will. With your love and kindness and generosity, it's instant and obvious. But in the man-made constructs of time, the more time you give, you don't automatically get more time back. The more money you give, you don't automatically get money back. In fact, in the man-made construct, most people are playing a zero-sum game because they think it's automatic, like it is with kindness and generosity in the infinite loop, the flywheel. Most people are giving more than they're receiving back, and they wonder why they end up with zero. It's math. You're in a zero-sum game. You're not playing in the kindness and generosity flywheel. You're not giving more. You're not utilizing gratitude, empathy, and accountability to be given more, to see the protection, promotion, love, and perfection when there's no evidence or the evidence is contrary to where you want to be. And you're not receiving it, which is cheating other people. Why? Because the highest we feel is when we're kind and generous, which means when we're able and capable of helping someone else is when we feel closest to God, when we're at our highest self. And you're cheating other people when you don't receive or even ask for more of their highest self, of their kindness and generosity. And you're taking them out of the infinite loop of this flywheel. Make sure you utilize the flywheel every single day. Make sure that you're giving more, that you're given more, that you receive more, and you ask more, knowing that everybody that gives, everybody that receives, and everybody who witnesses the giving and receiveness is in the infinite loop, the flywheel of dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorsements. You get a dose of happiness. And if you don't, you get a dose of dis-ease, of cortisol. Do you want a dose of ease and happiness or a dose of dis-ease? Which one do you think is the devotional, the divine direction of where you want to be better? I think the answer is obvious and instant in the infinite. Make sure that we are replacing our claim with gratitude in real time. Make sure that we have an attitude of gratitude that finds the light, the love, and the lessons, and realizes there is no punishment in the loop, in the flywheel. There is no punishment. There's only protection, promotion, love, and perfection. That we must believe in something bigger than us, our God, your God, who's bigger than us, an omniscient, all-powerful, all-knowing God who protects, promotes, loves, and perfects us more than our mom. Knowing every person that we touch, every client that we touch, every associate that we touch, every family member that we touch with the small and expected doses of kindness and generosity will only add to the introductions and resources and recaps that we have in our personal and professional lives. Join me on the flywheel. Join me on the infinite loop of giving and kindness and generosity. Get your dose every day. Receive it. Witness it every day. Minimize the, of course, dis-ease that we create by interfering with it. If you'd like to understand the flywheel, please email me, david@dmeltzer.com. The last lesson, the sixth lesson. That's okay, hi, Maris. The sixth lesson. See, Nick makes it look easy, doesn't it?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. All right, last lesson. I know I went over in time, and that's what confuses everybody, but I'm into this shit. All right, cool. The last lesson of surrounding yourself with the right thoughts. The last lesson is solitude, boundaries, and belief repetition. And the enjoyment of the consistent everyday, persistent without quit pursuit or potential where you want to be or better. Not what's missing, not what you don't have, not what other people want or social media wants for you. Without recovery and access and reflection, we serve from a position of interference instead of overflow. And our best, our highest self, our best ideas, our best thoughts will never surface. We'll never become aware of them, even though they exist. I try to add non-negotiable behavior to make sure that I recover and access and reflect appropriately. That's why my number one non-negotiable is sleep. My number two is my health. And my number three is my family. Then comes finance and the study of time and the study of relativity. Adding blocks of time, minimums amount of time to non-negotiable behavior will allow us to unlock, to elevate our awareness, to find the solution in every solution, in every pain, problem, and struggle that we perceive. Understanding these time minimums, these non-negotiable behaviors, which should take up about half of your day, which the majority of it is sleeping, to recover, access, and reflect. It is the stillness that we get while we sleep and meditate and do other things that reveals the signal that we have, the frequency, the vibration that allows us to elevate our awareness, because we only can be aware of what? That which vibrates or is at a frequency equal to or less than us. And that everything vibrates. The earth vibrates the slowest, then plants, animals, humans, then sound, and then light, and then thought. And the thought that vibrates the fastest, that creates the greatest awareness, is the truth. And that's why we pursue our potential, the truth. That's why we enjoy the consistent, persistent pursuit of that potential, not just with discipline, with devotion inherent in the wisdom and faith that is infused in the discipline that allows us to get up, get back up, get started, get back started, and get us there through intelligence, intuition, and inspiration. But in order to do so, we had to create boundaries that will protect our capacity so that we know when there's an instant and obvious reaction to fear of uncertainty, which is always in existence, so that we respond according to the boundaries or the frameworks in which we built, so that our belief reps, our unconscious competency, the hardwire, is one of courage and kindness and generosity and the truth. We want to make sure that we're utilizing time with non-negotiable and negotiable behavior each and every day. 90% of the outcomes that we desire will be derived from the non-negotiable behaviors of sleep, of family, of health, of finance, of study of time and study of relativity. Make sure that we're actually using and being a student of our calendar to schedule these things. Make sure that we have non-negotiables that create our boundaries. Notating that there are exemptions, but there's never exemptions allowed 2 days in a row because we're not going to stack our losses. We only stack our wins. We understand the conscious continuum. We understand how to get to where we want to be or better. And we stick to it no matter what, no matter if we're flying all around the world. We make sure that we are exactly where we want to be every single day. And if we slip, we do it double down the next day to make sure that we don't slip twice. Make sure that you visualize and review and remind and remember and recollect. Make sure that we utilize lenses of productivity, accessibility, and gratitude. One of the anchors is mantras, self-talk. So many kids today I work with, they tell me, I can't. No way. We can't do that. Can't do this. I know Henry Ford said years ago, whether you can or you can't, either way, you're right. I'll say that again. Whether you can or you can't, either way you like. What I want my kids to say, and what I want you to say to yourself, isn't I can't do this. I'm doubting I could do this. I'm worried I can't ever use say to interfere with your potential, your devotional divine direction. I just want you to tell yourself, watch this. When you walk up to the tough shot that you have, just say, watch this, not, oh no. Don't say, why me, try me. Just say, watch this, mother. Say, watch this. It's beyond I can do it. It's already done. Watch this. Watch me do what other people laugh at me, scoff at me, make fun of me at doing. Watch this. No more why me. Utilize those moments of solitude and boundaries and utilize your watch this belief reps in order to accelerate, aggregate, and compound your outs and elevating your potential to a higher level than you ever imagined. Watch this, mother. Watch this. That's what I surround myself with because it's already done. Not because of who I am, but because I've limited the amount of time that I interfere with it. Interfere with that which walks with me, through me, inside of me, to find outside of me all that's imaginable. To be able to monetize and materialize it is an incredible feat. Understanding that we have to surround ourselves with the inputs that we desire to create an automatic system of devotional direction. Our thoughts are not spectators in this game. Our thoughts are the architects, engineers. When we make a devotional decision to control better inputs, we create better outlooks, which provides us better outcomes. Let's turn anxiety interference into action, ego edging gold out of our life into empathy and forgiveness and ease, and the noise, let's turn it into the signal. Kindness into acceleration, aggregation, compounding these outcomes that we desire. Let's make our commitments. Let's make our daily commitments to create our inputs and create that will create our outcomes with non-negotiable, our worry, our anxiety, our interference into activity that we get paid for, our pre-essence, present to be the feature and our pitch, and to engineer and architect our environment with the frequency and the sound and the lessons and the light. Let's take the flywheel, the infinite loop, giving kindness and generosity, so that we all get a dose of happiness, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins, and limit the cortisol, the interference that we create through negative inputs, utilizing solitude and boundaries and frameworks so that we get our belief reps in, so that we can say every day, watch this, not why me, but try me. One small act that will advance our vision and one that elevates our environment will compound our pursuit of our potential without burning out every single day, 7 days a week. Minimize resistance through wisdom and faith. And let's keep it simple. reminding ourselves the simple things to do are simple not to do. Need to curate, act, listen, design, give, recover, and repeat. To watch this, because I surround myself with the right thoughts. This has been the Surround Yourself with the Right Thinking training. If you'd like this training, exercises or guides that we mentioned here within, all you got to do is email me, david@dmeltzer.com. That's david@dmeltzer.com. Now I'm honored and grateful to hand it over to my amazing daughter, Marissa. Marissa, why don't you reset the room and then let's take a question.
All right, resetting the room. This is way harder than it looks. Nick kills it. Makes me
I love your humility.
Yeah, so if anybody,
I'm so proud of you.
oh, thank you. If anybody would like to ask a question, usually on the other end, so I know that the hand is in the right hand corner, if I'm correct. So just click on that, or feel free to send a chat in the message box, and me and Gigi will make sure that we call you up. But we have a very special person that said that they'd love to start with the first question. He's at every event we have, and I have the pleasure of getting to sit next to him at dinner all the time. Brent, can you come up and ask your first question?
Thanks. I love you guys. I feel like I'm part of the Meltzer family. I love hanging out with the community, spending time with you, Dave, and thank you for being super annoying. I know that's like your superpower. You know, all these lessons and everything. Yeah. Oh my God, they're just constant reminders of what, you know, the common sense. It's not like we don't do it all the time. And I'm just so happy that you're here and you're waving the flag and you're an inspiration to all of us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm seriously, I mean that very, very sincerely. Thank you.
I love that. Explain annoying to people that don't know, that maybe thought you offended me. Because I take it as a compliment. I think it as a compliment.
He's annoying is basically telling people repeatedly over and over the same thing. That's annoying. And it's because common sense isn't always common practice. I've heard that. And, you know, every day I think like we wake up with a clean slate, right? Like our mind just erases and we have to summon like who we are and what we're meant to be. You help out with that tremendously. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love it. Yes, repetitive and honest. Go ahead. What's the question?
Repetitive and honest, right. So here's my question. With all these things, right? It's like, you know, and you're already there, you know, what are you doing to interfere it? Like these things can get really confusing to a human being that maybe isn't totally in line where they are, but like kind of getting there. My question to you is, you know, how do you truly live in the present and just like really understand the flow of vibration that you speak of? Like being in the present is difficult. It sounds easy, but it is difficult. And I think you've got some good ideas on that. And I would love some insight on that, because we get wrapped up into what we got to do and all these things and the to-do list and all that crap. So thank you, David. And again, thank you. And thank you, Marissa. You're doing great, by the way. And Nick of Wam, like he's just untouchable. He's like,
he certainly is, Marissa. But yes, look, it's the non-negotiables. Pre-essence, understanding who we are. I am happy. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am worthy. What am I doing to interfere with it? When we utilize the non-negotiable behaviors for 12 hours a day, the majority of them spent sleeping, we can figure out what we're doing to interfere with it. We know that the negotiable behaviors are based on uncertainty, on circumstance, and that never changes. And uncertainty and circumstance will always change, and we'll always react to it with the need to be right, offended, separate, inferior, superior, anxious, frustrated, angry, guilty, and resentful, worried, these things that interfere with it, these thoughts that interfere with it. And when we know that our only response is that free will to stop, drop, and roll, to recollect, remind, and remember with our God, our higher self, we can actually take all the certainty that exists within the 24 hours and maximize the certainty of what we do aligned with our divine direction, our devotion, which is a minimum of time on sleep, on health, on family, on finance, on faith, on the study of time, and study of relativity. And so in order to create that certainty and to allow us to elevate our awareness so that we create the greatest thoughts around us and surround us, we're able to use non-negotiable behavior, the certainty of our behavior, not the certainty of that which is outside of us. So the answer to the questions is I am. and we elevate our awareness to what we're doing to interfere with it. What a great questions at the essence of presence. The pre-essence of what we do is based off of the behaviors we commit to each and every day, 7 days a week. Vacation every day, but have activity you get paid for every day as well. Does not have to be a lot of times, since it's a day's worth 2 hours on a Saturday. If you study physics, quantum physics, and metaphysics, you'll know that to be true in every man-made construct based off of math and science. It's absolutely a matter of acceleration, aggregation, and compounding impacts and effects and outcomes that you desire in your devotional direction, divine direction, which not only allows you to get to where you want to be or better, but it makes every detour a divine direction as well, with protection, promotion, and protection. Thank you, Brent. I can't wait to see you next. I appreciate you being part of our community. Please join Brent and I. We have an incredible group that he's a member for years, where every Monday I answer questions and give suggestions, but also give introductions personally and allow you to know who in our community can help you and who you can help. What a great neighborhood it is of people buying from each other, selling for each other for life. If you want more information about that, please email me, david@dmeltzer.com. Marissa, who's up next?
Yeah, all right. Next up, we have Alexandria. Can you unmute, and looking forward to hearing your question.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Hi, David. Good to talk with you again, my friend. Fantastic insight. So my question is, what is your framework for remaining focused in the present while also dictating the trajectory of success for your future?
Yeah, so I'm a student of my calendar. Understanding God's guarantee of 24 hours is essential. I'm guaranteed by God, or by the way, it's the only common denominator that we have in the human experience, which is bookend by the time my heart starts till the time it stops. I'm guaranteed, and you're guaranteed, the common denominator, 24 hours a day to utilize in our divine direction and devotion. And when I'm utilizing that time, that 24 hours a day, I know that the last day of my life I'll be cheated. That's the only time God cheats us, is the last day of his God's guarantee. He cheats us. But every day we'll guarantee 24 hours. And so I'm trying to maximize the amount of the 24 hours that is aligned with my divine direction better. So we have to intermittently look at, what am I doing to resist with that? What am I doing to interfere with that? And how can I find the wisdom and the faith in order to utilize the protection, promotion, love, and perfection when there's no evidence, or the evidence is contrary in that 24 hours, that I'm ever going to get to where I want to be or better. So I don't quit, because quitters never win and winners never quit. You have to continually grow and learn, find the light, the love, and lessons, which is why the values of gratitude, empathy, accountability, and effective communication, inspiration are so important as a foundational principle into these daily practices of non-negotiable, negotiable behaviors, paid for, unpaid for behaviors, planned and unplanned behaviors, and even your sleep. And when we are able to categorize those based off of the foundational values and these daily practices, so that we create better inputs to create better outputs, by surrounding ourselves with the right people, places, things, ideas, and events and thoughts, which is what Don't Do Business with Dicks is about. And when we realize that it's not only the values and the daily practices, but it's executing or practicing them every day to the best of our abilities. And when we fail, not doubling down on the failure, but learning from the failure and failing faster and failing forward, knowing failure is feedback. It is lessons. And it is protection, promotion, love, and perfection when we fail. But through values, daily practices, and our execution model, which I'm happy to send to you. Just email me, david@dmeltzer.com. Not only will I send you the exercises and the guides from today, but I'll send you the values. I'll send you the daily practices. I'll send you the execution model in order to facilitate, to make easy and simple your happiness, even though we're built for survival. We can use that survival either to create punishment or protection, promotion, love, and perfection. It's up to you. You have complete control of when you stop, drop, and roll. Hopefully that's helpful. I know I spoke very rhythmatically and quickly, but go back and watch the replays. I'll send those exercises and guides. This is one of the key foundational principles of living a better and best life in the human experience. Time your heart starts till the time it stops. Thank you so much for being here and joining us.
All right. Thank you so much, Alexandria. Next up, we have Brian. Brian, do you mind unmuting? And we're looking forward to hearing your question as well.
Thank you so much. Love all of this. Dave,
having this mindset and a heart set, you really have to be so intentional about the way you think. Is there anything you do to stay so intentional to create this way, this lifestyle of thinking?
Yeah, I do my best. I learn lessons and I have fun doing it. So it's a complex formula of intention for me. I know the mathematical formula of luck, which is what I'm going to pay attention to, Brian, and what I give intention to, think, say, believe, and feel is going to equal the coincidences, the coinciding of the universe elevating my awareness so that things are easy, not dis-easy. But it's truly reminding myself that I am here each day in God's guarantee, these 24 hours that he's given us to protect, promote, love, and perfect us, to propel us toward where we want to be or better, even though there's no evidence or the evidence is contrary to where we want to be or better, that I am here to just do my best, to learn lessons, and to have fun. Even though I'm built for survival, which will help me do my best, it doesn't help me learn lessons and have fun because I'm not built to have fun. I'm not built to be happy. I'm built to survive. That's it. Inherently within the conscious continuum, that is it. And I can utilize that in my devotional direction to transform, to elevate outside of the body, which causes the struggle and pain, into the infinite intelligence, intuition, and inspiration that I have been blessed with and part of and pieces of more than enough of everything for everyone. And so for me to stay intentional in a definiteness of purpose, the reminders, remembrances, and recollection, as stated by my seminal thought leader, Napoleon Hill, not just in Thinking We're Rich, but in Outwitting the Devils and the Laws of Success, in the definiteness of purpose, knowing that 98% or more of the people on earth are just drifting back and forth and swaying. I'm a man of conviction and devotion because I have intention and I pay attention. And it equals the coincidences, the coinciding of the universe and I, of my God and your God and I, by simply doing my best, learning lessons, and having fun. We can all do it. I encourage you to do it. Please email me if you need help in it. Brian does it with me. We're part of the same group as well. Big B, I can't wait to see you. I got plans to speak in Chicago. Anybody else in Chicago, come and join us at Creative Con, the Breakfast of Champions Neighborhoods, famous event. Let's go do it. Thank you. Watch this, Brian.
Thank you, David. I'm excited to see you in February, and man, I'm gonna practice, just do my best, and have fun
and learn lessons. You got it.
And learn lessons.
Go Bears.
Absolutely.
Go Bears. Go Bears.
Oh boy.
All right. Marissa, there's 2 minutes left. If you have someone with a quick question or you have a question or a comment, let's close out the room in the next 2 minutes. It's your choice. What are we going to do?
All right, I think I'm going to go to Eric because I feel like he can ask a quick question.
Okay.
Eric Meltzer, do you have a quick question you can finish off this?
It's the quick answer I'm worried about, not the quick question, but go ahead.
So it seems like everything you talked about is crucial, and I think having faith that it's achievable, having faith that it can happen is very much a foundation of this. It feels like faith is really a part of what you're talking about here. Faith that these things actually do work, right?
Yeah. So wisdom, finding and seeking people that sit in the situation that want to be or better and asking them for directions, and the wisdom in helping other people get to where they want to be or better is one half of the equation or so. But the final piece of the equation is faith. It is wisdom and faith that even though there's no evidence or the evidence is contrary to where I want to be, that I'm going to get to where I want to be or even better. I just don't understand it because I'm not capable of understanding it because I'm a human in the human experience. I'm not infinite. It is the body that's interfering with the infinite, and the reaction, the fears of uncertainty that's interfering with the infinite, and the response to the reaction to the fear of uncertainty that is infinite. And so as I stop interfering with who I am and start moving towards the devotion of what I can be, telling myself, watch this, I then reach my higher self by surrounding myself with the right thinking. Eric Meltzer, I will see you in about a half an hour. I know we got a call together, so please enjoy your next half an hour, and I'll see you soon. Everybody else, if you like any of the exercises, guides, my book, anything that you need, want to join us on Monday, in our networking group, and me coaching on Mondays, answering questions and making introductions personally. David@dmeltzer.com. David@dmeltzer.com. We're in over 200 cities a year. Stay informed and invited. 949-298-2905. If you don't want to be informed or invited, do not text that number. If you do, it's 949-298-2905. We're going to be at SoFi Stadium in a mastermind, the Galapagos Islands, the Cali Tower VIP dinner, Dubai, Zanzibar, and Tanzania, doing meetups, holding courts, interviews, speeches. Come and join us. We'd love to have you. We'll be here every Wednesday with Napoleon Hill training, every Friday with our over 28-year regular training of Don't Do Business with Dicks, and every other day live, answering questions and being of service and of value. My name is David Meltzer. It means beloved servant. I do my best every day to live up to the name that my mother gave me. God bless all of you. And Marissa, close out Clubhouse. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. We are fired up if you didn't notice. Once again, if you'd like the exercises, guides, my books for free, I'll sign it, send it to you, pay for shipping. David@dmeltzer.com. I appreciate all of you. Please join us. Be invited. We got over 200 cities next year as well. Make it worthwhile. Let's get out of the realm of survival and into the realm of happiness. God bless everyone. Let's close out this room. Remember, be more interested than interesting. Be kind to your future self and do good deeds. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, alrighty, I blew that. Thank you. Hit it, Gigi.
Welcome to Office Hours, hosted by legendary sports executive, entrepreneur, and investor David Meltzer, where the brightest entrepreneurial minds in business, sports, and entertainment get together to talk about success, failure, and everything in between.
At the end of the day, man, we've got to condition ourselves to make the right choices and give us the power over the external circumstances instead of the external circumstances having power over us.
And once you do that, you start to figure out, hey, I can do this, and maybe I can do this, and then your self-esteem grows.
The truth is, change can be hard, growth can be scary, but nothing is as hard and scary as being stuck somewhere you don't belong.
Take a deep dive into the mind of some of the world's most impactful guests.
Growth doesn't come by talking a lot. Growth comes by listening, by learning, by being curious.
You'll upgrade your knowledge, your skills, your habits, and you'll upgrade your beliefs, so that you believe that you can do this.
You will succeed. You just have to believe in yourself and never stop trying.
To share their strategies and tools to dominate their respective fields.
The most important thing is really to work on yourself. It all starts and work on your mind.
And I said, if you can get 1% better every day, by the end of the month, you have 33%. Tell me a business you can earn 33% a month. So it's a great investment.
I'm not attached to my career, my notoriety, my financial success. I'm not attached to it. I have no self-worth tied up in Gary Vee or Gary Vaynerchuk, the entrepreneur. My self-worth is fully and utterly 100% attached to how I treat human beings.
Issue where you save time is that if you really know your why, right, then why are you doing it? Are you doing a career because your parents said that's what success is?
David Meltzer hosts Office Hours.